Once there was a woman named Ella who lived in a small village. Ella was kind and loved plants and flowers. She lived with her three brothers Tom, Bob, and Jack. Tom was the youngest, Bob came next, and Jack was the oldest. They were happy but very poor. Ella's dream was to have a beautiful garden full of flowers, but they did not have money to buy seeds or tools. The brothers wanted to help Ella achieve her dream. They decided to look for work to earn money. Tom went to the next town to work for a kind man who made tables and other things from wood. Bob traveled to a distant city to work for a baker, and Jack went to the mountains to work for a farmer. Tom worked very hard for 1 year. When the year ended, the kind man gave him a small bag of seeds. The seeds looked old and ordinary, but the man said with a smile, "These are magic seeds. Plant them, and you will see a wonderful garden bloom." Tom thanked the man and set off for home. Meanwhile, Bob worked diligently in the bakery. He baked bread, cakes, and pies every day. At the end of the year, the baker gave Bob a golden watering can. The baker said, "This watering can is special. It can make plants grow quickly and beautifully. Use it wisely." Bob thanked the baker and began his journey home. Jack, working high in the mountains, learned to care for animals and plants. When his year of work ended, the farmer gave him a silver trowel. The farmer said, "This trowel can dig the best holes for planting. It will help you grow strong and healthy plants." Jack thanked the farmer and headed back to the village. One day, Ella was tending to a small patch of land near their house. She dreamed of having a beautiful garden, but all she had were a few wildflowers. As she worked, she saw Tom, Bob, and Jack returning home. They greeted each other with hugs and shared their stories. Tom showed Ella the bag of magic seeds. Bob gave her the golden watering can, and Jack handed her the silver trowel. Ella's eyes filled with tears of joy. She knew these gifts would help her create the garden she had always dreamed of. The next morning, Ella, with the help of her brothers, began to plant the magic seeds. She used the silver trowel to dig perfect holes, placed the seeds carefully in the soil, and covered them gently. Then, she used the golden watering can to water the seeds. As they worked, something incredible happened. The seeds began to sprout and grow right before their eyes. Beautiful flowers of all colors and shapes bloomed, filling the air with their sweet fragrance. The garden transformed into a paradise. The news of Ella's magic garden spread quickly throughout the village. People came from near and far to see the beautiful garden. They were amazed at the variety and beauty of the flowers. Ella welcomed everyone with a warm smile and shared the story of the magic seeds, the golden watering can, and the silver trowel. One day, a young girl named Lily came to the garden. She was sad and lonely because her family was very poor, and her mother was sick. Ella saw the sadness in Lily's eyes and asked her what was wrong. Lily told Ella about her sick mother and how they did not have money to buy medicine. Ella felt compassion for Lily and decided to help. She gave Lily a bouquet of flowers from the magic garden and said, "Take these flowers to your mother. They have healing powers. I hope they will make her feel better." Lily thanked Ella and hurried home with the flowers. The next day, Lily returned to the garden with a big smile on her face. She told Ella that her mother felt much better after receiving the flowers. Ella was overjoyed and realized that her magic garden could help many people. From that day on, Ella used the garden to help those in need. She gave flowers to the sick, the lonely, and anyone who needed a little magic in their lives. The village became a happier place, and everyone appreciated Ella's kindness and generosity. One evening, as Ella was tending to her garden, a wise old woman appeared. The woman had long, flowing hair and wore a cloak decorated with stars and moons. She introduced herself as Luna, the guardian of the enchanted forest. Luna said, "Ella, your kindness and love for nature have brought great magic to this village. You have used the gifts wisely and selflessly. As a reward, I will grant you one wish." "What do you desire most?" Ella thought for a moment and then said, "I wish for my garden to always be a place of beauty and healing, where anyone who needs help can find solace and comfort." Luna smiled and waved her hand over the garden. A soft glow surrounded the flowers, and the air filled with a gentle melody. Your wish is granted, Ella. Your garden will forever be a place of magic and healing. Continue to spread your kindness and love. With that, Luna disappeared, leaving behind a trail of stardust. Ella felt a sense of peace and happiness. She knew her garden would continue to bring joy and healing to all who visited. Years passed, and Ella's garden became famous throughout the land. People came from far and wide to experience its magic. Ella and her brothers continued to care for the garden, ensuring it remained a place of beauty and healing. The story of Ella and her magic garden became a legend, passed down from generation to generation. It was a tale of love, kindness, and the power of a caring heart. And so, Ella, her brothers, and the village lived happily ever after, surrounded by the magic and beauty of the enchanted garden. The magic garden continued to flourish under Ella's care. The flowers bloomed in vibrant colors, filling the air with their sweet fragrance, and the garden became a haven for the village. People from neighboring villages and distant lands heard about the enchanted garden and came to witness its beauty and experience its healing powers. Ella's three brothers, Tom, Bob, and Jack, were proud of their sister's accomplishments. They helped her maintain the garden and welcomed visitors with warm smiles. Together, they ensured that everyone who visited the garden felt the magic and left with a heart full of hope. One day, a traveling merchant named Marcus arrived in the village. He had heard tales of Ella's magic garden and wanted to see it for himself. As he entered the garden, he was struck by its beauty and tranquility. The vibrant flowers and their enchanting scent instantly lifted his spirits. Marcus approached Ella and introduced himself. I've traveled far and wide, but I've never seen a garden as beautiful as this. Is it true that the flowers have healing powers? He asked. Ella smiled and nodded. Yes, it's true. The garden was created with the help of magic seeds, a golden watering can, and a silver trowel. Each flower has the power to heal and bring joy to those in need. Marcus was amazed. He told Ella about his travels and the many people he had met who were in need of healing and hope. He asked if he could take some flowers with him to share the magic of the garden with others. Ella agreed and carefully picked a bouquet of the most beautiful flowers. She gave them to Marcus and said, "Take these flowers with you and share their magic with those in need. Let them know that kindness and love can bring healing and happiness." Marcus thanked Ella and set off on his journey. He traveled from village to village, sharing the magic flowers and spreading the story of Ella's enchanted garden. Everywhere he went, the flowers brought joy and healing to the people. Meanwhile, back in the village, Ella's garden continued to thrive. The villagers and visitors alike marveled at the beauty of the flowers and the magic they held. Ella and her brothers worked tirelessly to keep the garden in perfect condition, ensuring that it remained a place of peace and healing. One day, a young prince named Alexander visited the village. He had heard about the magic garden and wanted to see it for himself. When he arrived, he was captivated by its beauty and the kindness of Ella and her brothers. Prince Alexander spent several days in the village, getting to know Ella and learning about the magic garden. He was impressed by her dedication and the love she put into caring for the garden and helping others. As they spent more time together, Alexander and Ella developed a deep friendship. One evening, as they walked through the garden, Prince Alexander said, "Ella, your garden is truly magical, and your kindness has touched the hearts of many. I would like to ask for your help. My kingdom is suffering from a terrible drought, and my people are struggling. Could you come with me and bring some of your magic to our land?" Ella was moved by the prince's request. She knew that her garden could help bring life and hope to his kingdom. She agreed to travel with him and share the magic of her garden. She gathered seeds, the golden watering can, and the silver trowel, and prepared for the journey. Tom, Bob, and Jack decided to join their sister and the prince. They wanted to support Ella and help bring the magic of the garden to the prince's kingdom. Together, they set off on their journey, filled with hope and determination. The journey was long and challenging. They crossed deserts, climbed mountains, and traveled through dense forests. Along the way, they encountered many obstacles, but their determination and the magic of the garden helped them overcome every challenge. When they finally reached Prince Alexander's kingdom, they were met with scenes of despair. The land was dry, the rivers had dried up, and the people were struggling to survive. Ella knew that they had to act quickly to save the kingdom. Ella and her brothers found a suitable spot to create a new garden. They worked tirelessly, using the silver trowel to dig perfect holes, planting the magic seeds, and watering them with the golden watering can. As they worked, the ground began to transform. The dry, barren land started to bloom with vibrant flowers and lush greenery. The people of the kingdom were amazed at the transformation. The flowers brought life and hope back to the land. The rivers began to flow again, and the drought slowly came to an end. The magic of Ella's garden had saved the kingdom. Prince Alexander was grateful for Ella's help. He knew that her kindness and the magic of the garden had brought life back to his kingdom. He asked Ella to stay and help him care for the garden and his people. Ella agreed, and with the help of her brothers, she created a new enchanted garden in the heart of the kingdom. The garden became a symbol of hope and renewal. People from all over the land came to see the beautiful flowers and experience their healing powers. Ella and Prince Alexander grew closer as they worked together. Their friendship blossomed into love, and they decided to marry. The entire kingdom celebrated their union, and the magic garden flourished under their care. Ella's brothers, Tom, Bob, and Jack, also found happiness in the new kingdom. They continued to help Ella and the prince, ensuring that the magic garden remained a place of beauty and healing for all who visited. Years passed, and the story of Ella and her magic garden became a legend. It was a tale of kindness, love, and the power of a caring heart. The kingdom thrived, and the magic garden continued to bring joy and healing to all who visited. And so, Ella, Prince Alexander, and her brothers lived happily ever after, surrounded by the beauty and magic of the enchanted garden. The legend of Ella's garden was passed down from generation to generation, inspiring people to believe in the power of kindness and love. Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen. Your support means the world to me. Creating content is a labor of love, and knowing that it resonates with you makes it all worthwhile. Every view, every listen, every moment you spend engaging with my work is deeply appreciated.